Hello and welcome to I Teach. Today's episode on the Rubik's Cube is called the White Cross. So we're going to be working on getting the White Cross, which is the first step of solving the Rubik's Cube. So mess our Rubik's Cube all up, right, so that you don't know what's what. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on getting a white cross. So what that means is we're going to get a white cross on the bottom of our Rubik's Cube, okay? So, just for instance, I could go there, I could go there, this could go here, and now we have our white cross, right? So, doop, doop, right? The other thing, though, to note about the white cross, and this is important, I have a white cross here, but the important part is that the edge piece lines up with the centerpiece, both centerpieces. So the blue and white edge piece, the white lines up with the white, but the blue also lines up with the blue. So the orange and white edge piece, the orange lines up with the orange, and the white lines up with the white. So green, red. So that's how to do the cross. That's the first step of solving the Rubik's Cube. That's what you want to do. So we'll talk really quick about how to do that. We'll just scramble this up again. D, right? Doesn't really matter. Okay, so what we're looking for is, the first thing we're doing is we're finding our edge pieces. So we see one here, we see one here, we see one here, we see one here, right? And then the next thing we want to do is we want to put those where they belong. So I could line up this edge piece, this blue with blue here, right? That's lined up. And then if I were to flip this down, I've got white on the bottom here. I've got this edge piece is now in the correct spot, right? Now for edge pieces like this, where if I were to line it up here, it wouldn't line up correctly. This is the orange and white edge piece. For that, you have to basically put it into, you have to rotate it into layer 2, into the middle layer, before you rotate it down, right? Because what you're trying to do is line up orange with orange, and then white with white, right? But when I did that, I messed up the blue part. So if you do something and it undoes the first step of what you did, you have to fix that. So I have to fix that now. I have to put the blue back down so that this edge piece is correct and this edge piece is correct. All right? So now here I've got red is already lined up, and I could flip that down. And then when I flipped that down, this lined up, the green one lined up, and I can flip that down, and now I have my cross, okay? So there's basically only a few scenarios that you can run into when you're trying to make your white cross. And that's that you can have an edge piece in the first layer that's correct. So this one's correct, but it's not lined up here, right? If it's correct, if it's white and white, but it's not lined up here, then you can just slide it over and now it's in the right spot. If it's incorrect, like this one, this is an edge piece that goes here, but it needs to be flipped around. This red and orange, red and white piece needs to be flipped. It's incorrect in the first layer. Then what you're going to want to do is move it to the top and fix it. Now, in this case, actually, let me go back and say, you probably want to move it to the middle layer so that you can fix it, right? Because once you move it to the middle layer, then you can rotate it to the top layer in the correct position, and now it's really ready to be put down. So if it was in the incorrect position, like this, if it's in the incorrect position, you can put it in the middle layer so that you can fix it and then line it up and rotate it down. All right. Any piece in the, and so then you also have pieces that are in the middle layer, right? Edge pieces in the middle layer. Any piece in the middle layer, there's an incorrect side and a correct side, right? So you want to use the correct side. You want to rotate that up. You don't want to rotate the incorrect side up. That's not going to help you. You want to rotate the correct side up and then move that to line it up and then put that down. Now when I did that, I messed up my orange piece, so just be conscious of that and put that back down, all right? The last thing is you have pieces that are in the correct position in the top layer, but you may also have pieces that are in the incorrect position in the top layer. So if it's in the correct position, I can just put it over with blue and flip it down. And now I have got my white cross. But if it were hypothetically in the incorrect position in the top layer, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put it in the middle layer so that you can rotate it up, fix it, and then...
What you doing, Dad?
I'm just doing an instructional video on how to do the white cross. I'm almost finished too. I got to fix this because I used that to flip it around, and then I'm going to flip this down, and then I've got my white cross. Is that how you do the white cross?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how you do the white cross. So this is how you do the white cross. Thank you for watching. I teach. And next we'll be working on solving the first layer. So stay tuned for that. Thank you very much.